if you have two equations, you can do it the same way as we did it with the graphs and with the table of values. If you want to find f of g of 9, you have to find g of 9 first. And you're going to have to ask yourself, can I figure that out in my head, or do I need to do some work off to the side? So it might be that over here you say, well, g of 9, that's plugging in 9 into g of x, negative 18 plus 1, negative 17. Now that's probably one we could have done in our head and just right away said g of 9 is negative 17 and gone to this next step. But if it is a more complicated equation, which sometimes it will, then off to the side, figure out what g of 9 is, and then underneath you can just plug that value in. I don't like plugging the values into the brackets here. Things get a little bit messy, and then I find you just tend to make a few more mistakes. So if g of 9 is more complicated to figure it out off to the side. Keep your notation nice, g of 9 equals, and then once you've figured it out, substitute it in. And then for f of negative 17, because this is your final one, that means we're plugging negative 17 into f of x. This one you can show the work right here. So I'm going to just show all the steps. I'm going to plug in negative 17 for x. 17 squared, is that 289? Know your 17 times table? Minus 51. And then we get 238 as an answer. So again, I plugged 9 into g of x first. And you can think of this as the machines things. This is your g machine, and that's your f machine. You plugged a number into the g machine first. Out came a negative 17. That negative 17 went into f of x, and out came 238. In part B, we have g of f of 9. Again, off to the side, I would figure out f of 9 first, which is 9 squared minus 3 times 9. So 81 minus 27 is 54. And then I can go back over here and say f of 9 was 54. So this is equal to g of 54. And then I plug in 54 into g of x. And g of x took 2 times the number minus 1. Is that right? Yes. No, plus 1, negative 2. There we go. Is it supposed to be plus there? Oh, it is. Okay. So we have to change our numbers. So 81 plus 27 is 108. And now we've got to go and put 108 here instead. Negative 216 plus 1. Negative 215. So try a couple of these with equations.